Have you ever noticed how easy it is to trust God in the big battles of life? But in the quiet, personal struggles, we sometimes forget Him. In the Bible, there is a king who lived this exact lesson. He trusted God when an army of over 1,000,000 soldiers came against him, and he saw a miraculous victory. But later, when sickness struck his own body, he leaned on human help instead of God, and he failed. His story is both inspiring and sobering. It's the story of King Asa, a man who began with strong faith, but ended in weakness. And his life has a powerful lesson for us today. Let's dive into his story. From the book of 2 Chronicles, chapters 14 through 16, the rise of Asa. Asa was the son of Obajah, king of Judah, and the great-grandson of King Solomon. When he came to the throne, Judah was in spiritual chaos. Idols stood on every hilltop, and the people's hearts had turned away from God. But Asa was different. Scripture says that he did what was good and right in the eyes of the Lord his God. 2 Chronicles 14-2. He tore down the foreign altars, smashed the idols, and commanded Judah to seek the Lord and obey his laws. For 10 years, the land had peace, because the Lord gave him rest. And in that time, Asa built up fortified cities, strengthened his army, and reminded the people that their true security was not in walls or weapons, but in the Lord, the 1,000,000-man army. But peace does not last forever. One day, news came that Zerah the Kushite was marching against Judah with a vast army. The numbers were staggering: 1,000,000 men and 300 chariots. Judah's army was only a fraction of that size. Fear spread through the land. How could a small nation stand against such a mighty host? Asa gathered his men and led them into the valley of Zephathah. The dust rose from the ground as the Kushite army appeared, stretching as far as the eye could see. Spears glistened, chariots thundered, and their war cries shook the air. The prayer of Asa. In that moment, Asa did not turn to his generals. He did not count his soldiers or measure his weapons. Instead, he lifted his eyes to heaven and prayed aloud. Lord, there is none like you to help the powerless against the mighty. Help us, O Lord our God, for we rely on you. In your name we have come against this vast army. O Lord, you are our God. Do not let mere mortals prevail against you. 2 Chronicles 14:11. This was not the prayer of fear, but of faith. Asa acknowledged his weakness and God's strength. He placed the outcome of the battle not in his hands, but in God's, the great victory. And the Lord answered. As the Cushites advanced, confusion spread in their ranks. The armies of Judah struck them down, and the Cushites fled. They were pursued all the way to Gerar, and not one survived. The victory was so complete that Judah carried away vast amounts of plunder. The people of Judah saw with their own eyes that God had fought for them. They rejoiced, and Asa's faith in God grew stronger. The prophet's warning. After the battle, a prophet named Azariah came to Asa with a message. The Lord is with you when you are with him. If you seek him, he will be found by you. But if you forsake him, he will forsake you. 2 Chronicles 15-2. These words stirred Asa's heart. He gathered the people together and renewed their covenant with God. They sacrificed to the Lord and swore with loud voices to follow him. And Scripture says, they sought him wholeheartedly, and he was found by them. For many years. Asa's reign was marked by peace and prosperity, a change of heart. But as the years passed, something changed in Asa's heart. In the 36th year of his reign, King Baasha of Israel came against Judah and fortified Ramah, blocking trade and movement. Instead of calling upon the Lord as he had done years before, Asa turned to human help. He sent silver and gold from the temple treasuries to Ben-Hadad, king of Aram, asking for an alliance. The strategy worked. Israel withdrew. But the prophet Hanani came to Asa and rebuked him, because you relied on the king of Aram and not on the Lord your God. You missed the chance for an even greater victory. The eyes of the Lord range throughout the earth to strengthen those whose hearts are fully committed to him. You have done a foolish thing, and from now on you will have wars. 2 Chronicles 16-7-9. Instead of humbling himself, Asa grew angry. He imprisoned the prophet and oppressed some of his people. The sickness in his feet. 3 years later, Asa faced a personal trial. In the 39th year of his reign, he was struck with a severe disease in his feet. The pain was great, and the disease grew worse. This was his chance to turn back to the God who had once delivered him from 1,000,000 soldiers. But Scripture gives us these sobering words. Even in his illness he did not seek help from the Lord, but only from the physicians. 2 Chronicles 16:12. Asa, once a man of great faith, now placed his trust in human hands. His body grew weaker, and in the 41st year of his reign, Asa died. The lesson of Asa's life. The story of Asa is a story of contrasts. In his early years, he trusted God completely, and God gave him victory beyond imagination. But in his later years, he relied on his own wisdom and strength, and he failed. His life reminds us that faith is not just for the great battles, but also for the quiet struggles. It is not just for times of crisis, but for every season of life. As Proverbs 3-5-6 declares, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. Thank you for watching. I hope today's message touched your heart and inspired your faith. For more powerful videos and touching stories from the Bible, make sure you hit that subscribe button to Christ Habitation and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. And if this blessed you, please share it with someone who needs encouragement today. Until next time, stay blessed and keep walking in God's light.